From being one of the dopest skaters around to building one of the best post-production houses in the country.
Yeah.
How does that go?
I think as a kid, I'd like computers. And then when I found editing through skateboarding, it kind of like made sense.
Okay.
I never picked up a book, never studied for it.
No film school, no kind of... Pitch Black is your post-production company?
Yes. I was in the spare room of my apartment. Like, that's where it started. You had an idea and you're like, this might work. I just wanted to build a home for Black people to be themselves.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to feel the pressures of the industry as well, to just be able to make it work. That was my intention. And then I got to do some cool stuff. Now we do final mix, we do color grading, we do graphics.
Do you know AI coming into the picture?
I'm not worried, bruh. Like, I think there's tools in there that speed you up as a person. Yeah. But in terms of storytelling and being able to give people a unique human experience, I don't think that's gonna end. Sure, it could put something together, but can it tell a human story?
How does an editor build this, or how would you suggest that they build the skill and get that connectivity?
I don't want to say something as cheesy as like work on yourself. It's a feeling thing. If someone is emotionally in touch with themselves, you got a good editor.
I'm an African. Are you African? I'm an African. Everybody's an African. Feels good, right? Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. I'm from the continent of refugees and rebels, where minds are richer than all rubies and marbles. Life at its best, view it from all angles. No longer do we wear shackles, but life's bangles. AIDS increases, the poverty's in levels, where flowers blossom every day in hard grovel. Traditional acts just brings out the marvel in every African's heart filled with sorrow. Wait for tomorrow, but the road remains narrow. African minds sharp like bow and arrow. We're aiming for higher places, man, I tell you. Communication through rhythms until I see you.
Good day, and welcome to another incredible episode of Filmatic. In the fast-paced, high-stakes world of post-production, there are editors, and then there are architects of time, sculptors of story, and visionaries that turn raw footage into cinematic gold. One such force is today's guest. His name is Wandile Zulu. As the co-founder of Pitch Black Post, he has shaped some of South Africa's most electrifying visual narratives, such as Inamba Namba, Kings of Joburgs, and the cultural phenomenon, Young, Famous, and African. With the trophy cabinet stacked with Promax, Soma, and SOFT awards, Mr. Zulu has mastered the delicate balance between technical precision and raw emotion. Whether it's crafting high-intensity crime thrillers or groundbreaking reality TV or award-winning music visuals, his editing is a masterclass in rhythm, pace, and storytelling. Now, please join me in welcoming this powerhouse in post-production, a craftsman when it comes to cutting, Wandile Zulu.
Thank you.
What up, man?
How you doing, bro?
Blessed. How you?
I'm good and you, bro.
Easy.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, my man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while, actually.
Yeah.
You good?
Too long, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. And you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, man.
Let's do
get
it.
This party started. What dude?
Yo.
Oh, man.
What's
So
up?
great to see you. How you doing, man?
I'm good and you?
Yeah, sis. We are talking post-production today.
Yes, we are.
Dude, you're a dope skater.
I was, yes.
And you were coming up at a time, but I won't get into that. That's not why we're here. From being one of the dopest skaters around to building one of the best post-production houses in the country.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Okay, so skateboarding is kind of the reason I got into the game in the first place.
Okay.
It was a total accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a kid, I'd like computers. And then when I found editing through skateboarding, it kind of like made sense.
Okay.
So when I was doing this full wheel on a wooden stick thing, I was doing the show on Go TV before it was called Vuzu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just presenting the skate segment of it. I wasn't very good at it. So see how we go today. But I wasn't very good at it. And my buddy Ludi, who used to shoot, he then took me to their offices. The company, I think, was called Ad Astra, and they were in the refinery building.
Okay.
We go upstairs, he goes to the desk and he's like, cool, I'm just dumping the footage quickly. And I'm like, what do you mean you're dumping the footage? What happens? And he puts the little mini DV tape into a deck.
Oh, yeah, back in them days.
Back in them days.
Yeah.
Puts the tape into a deck and he's like, look, let me show you. What we shot now is going through this tape, and it shows me on the computer. It was like Premiere 6 or something like that, or 5.5. One of those like early days ones.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this happen. I'm like, wait, so the tape is going into the computer, like how? So after that, I was just hooked. And then I was at the offices pretty much every day trying to learn how to do it. And then they took me as an apprentice after that. And then I never picked up a book, never studied for it.
No film school, kind of.
Nah.
It's just been practical.
Just work. Like,
so who gives you that first shot where it's like, okay, cool, you're gonna cut something which actually means something?
Okay, I can't. Let me put it at my scale, and I'm gonna measure it by my grandmother.
All right, cool.
So when my grandmother's like, I'm done, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of like when I thought, okay, cool.
Okay.
I suppose I'm doing something with this properly.
Yeah.
Was when I worked for Tox Media.
Okay.
So they were doing chat room and gospel time and gospel alive. And so my grandmother, being the church person that she is.
Media, I know them.
Yes.
The gospel. Yes,
the gospel guys.
Yes.
So the stuff's on TV. It's like the first stuff that I'm doing that's on TV.
Okay.
When I started working there, that's when I was like, okay, I'm doing this at a TV level now. And then my grandmother saw my name on the credits.
Yes.
Dad calls me, hey, call your grandma. Call your grandma. She really needs to talk to you. So I called her and she's like, oh, are you doing gospel time? Oh my God, my boy. And that was kind of like the time where I was like, okay, cool, this is something.
Mama made it.
My mama made it. Grandma made it at least. Grandma made it at least.
Man. We've had an editor here before, Ubongi, and she said that you get different types of editors.
Yeah.
Story editor, script editor. Where do you fall in this?
Oh man. Okay. So I think I prefer short form.
Okay.
Because you get the time to put so much attention into one thing. That's what I prefer.
Yeah.
I've never seen it as a way of like, I'm this kind of editor. And I think when I've done all of the stuff, I've done reality for Coke Studio, I've done Top Chef, and I was okay, cool, head editor on those things. Then I've gone from there and done commercials. Then I've gone from there and done documentary. Then I've gone from there and done a bit of drama and then done. So I think the conditioning, it's not that she's wrong. There's people that have preferences so that they gain stronger skills at that preference. But I think if you're the type of person who's in touch with your content, you can edit anything. So as long as you can feel and interact with the content, you can cut whatever it is. It doesn't make a difference, because what you're doing then is you're trying to connect with the material so that it connects with the audience. And if that's your first basis of thinking, no matter what it is, you'll make something, at least some people that can respond to it in a positive way. If you have that mindset, in my mind, that mindset at a base level.
So when was that point where I think I like playing?
In short form. Okay. I think it's the first couple ones that I did was with Carolyn and Mickey Dube. Okay. Carolyn Career. And that was fun for me. I found it exciting that like
Mickey Dube director.
Yeah. So I found it exciting that you get to spend this much time just making this little thing. Because before then, I was just like, you got to make it as quick as you can. Whatever TV show it is or whatever, just go quick. And then it's like, no. You got like 3 days to make this thing. And what I found in there that I loved about it with short form is how much you can craft. Like the amount of attention you can spend on how these 3 shots cut together. You can sit on that for like an hour. And then it allows you to be more creative as opposed to more procedural. Because in long form, you got to get it done by a specific amount of time, and it's usually quite short. So even though you want to experiment, you find it difficult to find the time to experiment.
Oh,
you know what I
okay.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, I think being able to craft is what I fell in love with it. And then I think when I started doing like just solid promos for like 3-4 years,
Yeah.
during the Clearwater sort of Permalanta time that I was there,
I hear you.
that's when I like, okay, cool, I'm doing this for real now. And that's when I chose, this is what I prefer to do.
When you say doing promos, what do you mean? Tell us.
So I spent quite a long stint at Clearwater and a little bit of time at Monarchy. So what they do is whatever TV show is being launched, or if it's a specific brand piece, or let's say there's a festival this month with the Arnold Schwarzenegger month this August, or whatever. So then you create those little campaigns around that, and then they'll go on air. And that was, I think, my favorite time of editing was during that time. I felt like that was my favorite. In terms of not at Pitch Black, that section.
I get that. you know what makes me wonder?
Yeah.
Editing, you'll think you're just putting things in order. You take this one, and then next comes this, and we're putting it together.
Yeah.
And I know it's not as simple as
it's not that thing.
It's not. Yeah. Break it down to me what it is.
Okay, cool. So it's about conveying a message and an emotion.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Like, I think we edit, a lot of the consensus is around, okay, like you're saying, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
The shot says this shot goes next to the next.
Yeah.
People don't go into it, I think, a lot of the time thinking, what is this thing trying to say?
Yeah.
Firstly. 2, what is the emotional impact that the person that's going to watch this is supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel sad after this? Am I supposed to feel happy after this? Am I supposed to be excited about this? Am I supposed to say, oh, it's cool? The intent behind editing will dictate how you edit.
The intent behind editing
will dictate how you edit. So the intent is paramount, absolutely paramount. And then second to that, what will also dictate the outcome of how you edit is, are you able to emotionally connect with the content?
Yeah.
Even if it's something that you haven't shot, or it's not something that's your particular kind of tea.
Yeah.
If you can't emotionally connect with the content, the result you're going to make is not going to be able to convey emotion. Your energy goes into the edit and the decisions that you make. So if you're in touch with the content, the decisions you're going to make are going to be made out of love, out of sadness, out of whatever. And that will translate into the thing. And there's this new medium of thinking that there's a gap between the computer and the product. Like, people sit at desks and then they click buttons and make stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not what it was intentionally. That's not the original formula of this thing. You went into a room and you sat with the director and cut clips, and you're like, okay, this film reel and that's how it usually was. So it was quite a laborious and emotional process with somebody where you're building a story. It's become a little bit more detached and functional, I think, of late because of technology.
Yeah.
But I think because those core principles of what you're trying to convey have kind of been watered down by how fast you can produce and the intent behind what you're producing, it's just diminished it a little bit. But I find that people that can connect with themselves can connect with the content.
Can connect with the content.
If someone is emotionally in touch with themselves, you got a good editor. I don't care whether they know, like, what buttons to push on which software or whatever.
Yeah.
If that person can trust themselves and are open enough to allow their feelings to communicate through the content that they make, and they're able to be an emotionally available person, that is going to make you a great editor. That's the first metric I look at. I don't look at, like, how many things you've done and da-da-da-da-da-da, or I want to win an Oscar or whatever. Those are great aspirations, but the core of it is, if you're not emotionally in touch with yourself, you're not going to make very much good work. It's just not possible. It's not, because you have to connect with the content. Even if it's like a fun thing that's not, how can I put it? It's not like a sad thing or a happy thing.
Yeah.
You still have to find a way. How can I make this connect with somebody else? And I think that thought process, I wish we could teach more of it. And I think that's what, for me, discerns between like how you edit and what makes a good edit.
Editing is spiritual.
Emotional. Emotional. It's a feeling thing.
Yeah.
If anybody had to ask me what's my technique, I can't tell you. I don't have a technique. There isn't a book I've studied to get to a place where it's like, oh, okay, this is what you do when this happens.
Yeah.
I've never done that. Ever. Like, ever. And our second best person as well right now, it's two of us who are like the seniors there.
Yeah.
The other senior, he's never studied it for a day.
Yeah.
He came from sound, but he's an amazing editor because he has the same ability to emotionally connect.
Wow.
And it's less about what we're making as a thing.
Yeah.
And more about what are we trying to say with this thing? Like,
wow.
How do we make the audience connect?
How does an editor build this, or how would you suggest that they build this skill and get that connectivity?
I don't want to say something as cheesy as like work on yourself. But
if it is that?
If it is that, it is that. But I think it's more like you need to live some kind of life that you feel like you're trying to live for yourself. If you have that thinking about you, I think then you'll make good at whether it's editing or anything or what else, because then you'll be able to connect with what you're trying to do. And you know how it is now, like a lot of people want to be in the industry, they want to be in the game, and So it's becoming more and more about being there as in the thing as opposed to doing the work for the work's sake. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh. You said there's two senior editors. This would be at Pitch Black?
Yeah.
Pitch Black is your post-production company?
Yes.
Please tell us about this baby that you've birthed and is just doing all these amazing things.
Oh, thank you. It's so funny. It's like, have you ever done something you didn't think you could do, but you managed to do it anyways? Like,
I'm right here. Yeah.
You're right here, right? So you had an idea and you're like, this might work.
Yeah.
and then you had a few people who believed in you, and then you make something that some people appreciate what people make, you know? Like, so I think I don't want to go into a thing of saying like, oh, it's this and it's that and it's that. I just wanted to build a home for Black people to be themselves.
Yeah. I understand that very well.
So that they don't have to feel the pressures of the industry as well, to just be able to make the work. I think in my mind, when I set out to do it, that was my intention. And then I got to do some cool stuff, and we hope to keep doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it turned into something where we just did offline, and then now we do final mix, we do color grading, we do graphics. It's like 4 edit suites, and each room has its own little pocket, so we can like have clients over and stuff. And starting like thinking about what it was in like the spare room where, you know.
I actually wanted to ask, because you're talking about edit suites, effects and whatnot. But when it started,
I was in the spare room of my apartment. Like, that's where it started. It was the spare room of my apartment, and you guys have one machine. It's me. And then at the time, the person that I was with, she had her machine, my machine.
Okay.
And then we just worked.
Right.
And then we decided, okay, cool, let's try and make this a together thing, like a serious thing. I had a friend of mine that believed in me a lot, Wesley Masilo.
Yes.
So he was like, cool, I got this big ass project. Can you be the post-production company for it? And I was like, whoa, okay, the thing I was dreaming up yesterday, someone is now like saying, do you want to do this? So I was like, cool, great, I'll do it. So found an office, rented an office. And when we started, it was...
This is how many years later from you and learning the tape going into the machine? Like, what kind of time frame are we looking at here?
Maybe 10, 12 years? 30, 36, 35. 25 is... 23 is when the tape thing happened.
Okay.
25 is grandma.
Wow.
35 is roughly when, okay, cool, we're making this thing now. So
all right, cool.
With Cindy, Tandy, Offie, we're like, cool, let's make this.
All right, cool. So they've given you, please be the head post-production of this thing.
Yeah.
There's no pitch black, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, I need a place, I need a server, I need gear, I need humans. Like, I'm doing this. I can't tell you that I did it myself. I think I had a lot of support. And I was just lucky enough to have people that believed in me. If I had to say anything else, it would be...
How did that first project go?
Woo! Oh, man. That one was the second hardest job of my life. Not the first.
Not the first.
Second hardest job of my life.
What made it so hard?
I was doing this for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I knew what it was going to take. I was very hopeful. It took long. Like a year and a half.
Year and a half?
Yeah. Yeah, for those, 9 episodes. Yeah.
Wow.
Including the shoot section as well. It took a long time.
That is a long time.
And because it was the first one, and because of the intent behind it, I didn't want to shortchange it. I didn't want it to be a case of, okay, cool, it needs more time. So what we would do is we would try and, whatever other jobs that would happen, then we would try and make sure, okay, cool, this job would kind of feed this job, and that job would kind of feed this job. Okay, Brad, you're off for like 2 days. Can you jump on this or whatever? I'm so grateful I had that mindset because of what it ended up coming out like.
Okay.
I think it was something different for, I think, the South African climate at the time.
Yeah.
I think it was shot on like 2 Aries, 3 FS7s. I mean, they went to town on this thing. The project itself was like 110 terabytes.
What project is this?
This is the Cook-Along. So it was a 110 terabyte project. That was my first...
110 terabytes?
110 terabytes. 110 terabyte project. It was the first one. It's like this huge monster. And we saw it through. I'm just glad that it got done. I'm glad I didn't get overly frustrated. I'm glad I didn't give up on the project because what it came out like was dope and it was SAFTA nominated. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At Macho, we believe that storytellers change the world, and we would like to give you the right tools to accomplish this mission. For all your gear rental needs, go to www.macho.co.za or send us an email at rentals@macho.co.za. You've told me what promos are, and there's awards called the Promax Awards.
Yes, yeah.
You have cleaned up at one of, you were like the Fugees one of this year. At the Promax Awards.
Yeah.
Tell us about not just the awards, just leading up to the work put in, all of that.
So at the time, we just started working the year before, 2021.
Yeah.
We just started working with Netflix and Sims came along, right? I was like, Sims, I need you to be the CEO. Shout out Sims. And he started working with us as a sort of junior creative. We'd gone to the event, that Promax event, as an exposure thing. These are the awards. Let's show you guys what the awards are like and what they're about. Now, I'd not attended the Promaxes before, so it was the first time for myself and the team.
Oh, okay.
A conversation happens with Sims and the client, and then they like, okay, cool. So how many of you guys are going to get for us next year? Sims, in his usual confidence, it's like, no, I'm going to get 10. So I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, don't don't do that because now it's expectation.
Yeah.
And this is like our first run of this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, through some strife and thankfully hard work, teamwork with Tim from Mashova and Sims, we got to 12.
You got 12.
Yeah, we got 12. We got 12.
So you just kept standing up all night.
I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. I expected like maybe 2 or 3. It was a beautiful experience to have your work recognized. And I was elevated now in a little bit more of than just doing post and just doing edits. Because now, coupled with Tim at Mashaba, we were now like doing creative, we were shooting, we were doing this, we were doing that. So I went from being like, okay, you're like this post-production producer guy to now you're an EP. Wow. And I had to make that adjustment inside of 12 months to get to this place. So it was a proud moment for everyone because everyone died to get there. Like everyone, Tim, Sims, everyone died to make the best work possible out of everything we made. I think that was the most proud of the team, that period of how hard everyone just kept on working and then still had a good attitude about it.
It's beautiful.
It was a beautiful time, man. Yes. It was a beautiful time. So from 0 to 12, which is...
I'm telling you. You've done some music videos as well.
Yeah. I used to be a music video guy.
Is it?
Yeah, like when I started, I used to do a lot of work for Godfather. Who does a lot of like the Nigerian artists' music videos.
Yeah, he does a lot of the Nigerian artists. Yeah.
So during that tenure, I worked on Flavors Noir Baby as well.
Nice.
And that happened to get some music awards. It's a nice thing to go with it, man. I've been lucky. I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. Also in 22, we got a bronze Luri as well for the number thing as well.
Wow.
So we were lucky. I think we just love what we do and then we try to make it the best that we can. So we're grateful.
So like if I'm a young editor, I've just graduated from AFDA.
Yeah.
I've got my Mac laptop.
Yeah.
How do you suggest I move?
Okay. That's a very good question. I think for anyone wanting to get into this, like I said earlier, be sure of yourself.
Yeah.
First, right?
Yeah.
Of who you are. It's something that you have to work on. That's the first thing. The second thing is go and knock on doors. Like, if you send a CV or something or whatever, it's very difficult for us to see who you are. Right?
Yeah.
So if you've just finished after, now you're trying to get into the, go there. Go there and have a flash drive with some of your work on it. Meet the person at reception. If you know someone that's there, try and wave them down. It's so important that people think that like a piece of paper is a representation of who you are. And it's not.
I see.
The best people I work with, their piece of paper doesn't remotely match up to their ability.
True.
They more often than not supersede it. So don't think that the piece of paper now that you've got is a CV qualification. That's the thing you have to go to the places you want to be. So physically go to a Mushroom, go to a Legends, go to all of those places that you think are the places you want to work. Yeah. Come to us, knock on the door. And if I meet you, I'm going to remember you. Because if you've gone out of your way to make an effort to go to the door of someone else's house, to say, this is who I am, and I would really appreciate having the opportunity to possibly work with you guys. That for me says a lot. Just by intent alone.
Means he has drive.
You have drive.
You're hungry.
You're hungry. And I wouldn't tell anyone to say, okay, don't say send your CV. Still send them. But go and meet people. Go outside there. And you'll be very surprised at how many people are trying to help you. Like, you'll be very, very surprised. Okay, go knock on that door. Someone's like, actually, you've got a job starting next week.
That's true.
Would you like to, because now you're top of mind.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a career in a specific place, in a specific field, especially in post-production.
Yeah.
We're cave trolls as well. We don't leave our offices. We edit all day. So
Yeah.
if someone knocks on the door, it's usually like a breath of fresh air to get like someone to visit you as well. It's like, so I would say don't be afraid to go to the places you want to be. If you want
You
to be
remind me of something Steve Jobs said, where he was like, when he was younger and they were building the first Mac, he'd call people and ask them for parts, and they'd be like, who's this kid? Like, and it really taught me that even in the business I'm in, I have to call client. Like, please give me a chance in your production.
Yeah.
I'd really like a chance to supply your production, please.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I hear you. I hear you.
I think that's a big step for youngins, that go out there. I know there's the digital age and Go and meet someone face to face. And go say, okay, cool, I want to work here. This is who I am. You never know. There could be something right now where they're like, oh, our intern we got a new intern that we want to, you just don't know. So make the effort. Instead of finding yourself swallowed up by a sea of CVs. It's like, rather just go.
Are editors protected in our industry? Do they have somewhere they can go to, go cry to, go? Is there...
Look, there's something in the mix right now. I can't talk too much about it. But there's Sage, which is there as an editors guild.
Okay.
I've never really been a part of it. I don't know. I just never have. Not in a bad way. It's just
the last editor also said this.
Yeah. But I think the next level of us being able to protect each other is we need to create it ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think what we're working on now is finding a way to not only protect the editors, but also protect the facilities, the people that work in those facilities. Because there's the edit side of it, there's the colorist side of it, there's the online guy side of it, there's the assistant editors. And because there's so many facets to it, there's post-producers. Okay, so are they protected by the Producers Association or by some post-production? So we're working on something right now. Some of the big guys, well, say big because they're bigger than me. Some of the bigger guys in the industry, we're working on something to try and find a way to have a place for people to go to ask questions, to get advice.
Wow.
Yeah, we're hoping to.
How are you taking these steps? What's going on there?
We are meeting for now. We are coming together. Yeah, but we are being very consistent with the meetings, which is a good sign.
What kind of challenges are editors facing out here?
I think editors face time challenges, bro.
Time challenges. No, you guys must get the cut out, bro.
I think time challenges. I think there's just been a thing where it's like we spend so much on pre-production.
Yeah.
Then we spend a lot of focus on production. And then posts kind of treated like, okay. Kind of like,
yeah, I've seen a clip, I think on Insta, with an editor, it's like click button, edit that.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of...
And then that leans into the time issue where people don't get enough time to make stuff that they should. So I think they struggle with that. I think also understanding what they're making. I think that's also not communicated very well. And time to research.
Research for editing?
Yeah.
For editing?
Yeah.
But you're already given the stuff. You must cut it and put it together.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say you come to me with a reality show.
Okay.
Right? This reality show is about Pete Pompis and Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Whatever. Pete Pompis and Mary Poppins, but there's a specific tone with this thing.
Okay.
I have to go and research about how I'm going to go tell the story you're trying to make. What can I do to accentuate the story? Okay. Then I'll go back and I'll present to you, okay, these are the ways in which I could accentuate your story. I'm feeling like when Pete Pompis and Mary Poppins go to gym, What could we do in post-production to make that experience more elevated in the thing you're trying to communicate?
Yes.
Editors don't get that. You're like, here's your footage. Whip me up something nice. A lot of the time. So you get there's a step in pre-prod where you could involve post-production so that by the time you get to post, you've already streamlined against what you're shooting and what kind of tone you're going to have in post-production. That step, I think, which is quite common, let's say, in our Hollywoods, it's normal for them to be brought in at that stage, at the previous stage. And we kind of like, that's an afterthought. No, we'll shoot and we'll bring it to you. And then, wow, that's it.
If you can't get the shot on set, you can get it at Mad Show Library. We've got the best in stock footage and archive. Just go to www.madshowlibrary.com. You've mentioned as well how Pitch Black has expanded into the different disciplines within post. Motion graphics being one of them?
Yeah. So we have Karabo Matseke, who's kind of like our head motion graphics online guy. So we do motion graphics, we do grading, we do online, we do sound as well. It's like a full turnkey solution.
What is motion graphics?
Graphics.
My guys are really interested.
Okay, so motion graphics is basically title sequence, straps. It's taking a design and then giving it movement. So
basically taking this little thing here and
yeah. Whenever you used to see the penguin at the end of a TV show, motion graphics.
Oh man, I don't know. We all remember.
Yeah.
And then the expansion. What did it take, and how long did it take?
3 years, 4 years.
Wow.
4 years. We started with 2 machines.
Yeah.
We're now at 5 edit suites. 5 edit suites, 1 grade, 1 online, 1 sound with the recording booth. It took about 4 years when we started.
Dude, now AI coming into the picture?
I'm not worried, bruh. Like,
not at all.
Nah, I'll tell you why. Dolphins are considered smart, right?
Yes.
Compared to a trout.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I see AI the same thing. Like, humans tell human stories.
Yes.
Now, if we're saying that editing is now going to be done by AI,
yeah,
sure, it could put something together, but can it tell a human story if it's not a human? So now you're asking a dolphin to speak trout.
Okay.
Dolphin can't speak trout. So no matter however an AI thing develops, and it's always going to tell a human story from a machine's perspective. It's never going to be able, because it's got no lived experience.
So even the speed factor that it brings in, that doesn't worry you?
No. I think there's tools in there that speed you up as a person. Yeah. But in terms of storytelling and being able to give people a unique human experience, I don't think that's going to ever change. It's like saying, okay, with AI-generated artwork, for example, you can look at something that's there, and then you look at the Mona Lisa, and there's something in here that a human made with that energy and that love that translates through that. Yes, I can make an image that's cool, but does it have that same human connection? Does it have that energy where someone made this with love or intensity or passion, where you can feel it through the work? That's why I don't worry too much. But I am grateful for the tools.
You're using them as well?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like to clean up audio, to clean up sound. It's an amazing tool to have. If you need to animate stills, now I don't have to spend a day rotoscoping someone's head or hand or whatever. You can just say, cool, animate this thing quickly for me. And like 30 seconds later, it's animated for you. So there's tools to accentuate your story.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to take over.
So you shouldn't be scared or worried.
In the storytelling sense, no. In an administrative process, I would think that there's some ways where it's definitely going to like take some jobs. But in a creative storytelling way, humans can tell human stories.
Incredible.
A machine isn't human. So it can't tell you how you feel because it doesn't know.
Wow.
So I wouldn't expect at least in my lifetime, where I think AI would be able to achieve human experience, for it to be able to tell a human story. No one's going to tell you what it was like getting to your grandmother's house when you were 7 years old. How did it feel when you walked in the door? You know, were you excited for the cookies? Like, what was that feeling that you had? And how would then I tell that to somebody else through visuals? Machine can't do that. So it wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? So there's no grandma to have that relationship with, to be able to then convert the experience into something that you can translate to other people visually. I don't think storytelling, we should be worried. I really don't. I think people should just calm down and use the tools and be happy.
Is this the future of post-production, or what do you feel, or where do you feel post-production is headed?
I feel like post-production is, from my experience, it's splitting into like one where there's this very high-paced, very quick turnaround sort of logistical side of it. And then there's becoming a more pushed, sort of creative, focused, let's make magic side of it. Before there was a middle, you know, there was an in-between. That gap is getting wider and wider. I don't think post-production is going to come to an end. I just don't think, let's say, the scale of what it used to be is going to be what it used to be. You can get by on very little gear now. So it means that the talent speaks more than the gear. That's all changed. Like back in the day, you wanted to get onto a flame system, you better come in with 36,000 Rand for the day, just to be in the room with the thing, right? Like if you needed access to a CAR, dumping a beta cam, or, you know, those were very, very unique sectors where you're like, okay, cool. That place has all of that fancy stuff. The game has changed. I can go and get my laptop and put Autodesk Flame on my laptop if I pay them their license fee a month. So now it's like, it's my skill that gets me there to the place that I need to be. I think you have to be a little bit more creative in how you perceive post, because you're no longer just an edit house. You're no longer just a final mix house. Like people want to know, okay, if I come to you, can you just
do everything?
Can you just do everything?
I get you.
So it's very difficult to have these super focused, super high niche places. And that's kind of like narrowing down. But in that, there is great opportunity for anybody who wants to do this for real, because now all the information, you can get it. You can go to FX PhD, you can go to Linda, you can go to LinkedIn Learning, you can find the information. And on top of that, you can go to the people that weren't available before. You have access to them now. You can go to their Instagram and send them a message. Hey, can I come shadow with you tomorrow? Access is there. Technology is caught up. People just, they can make what they want now. So now creativity is like this huge thing where it's like, you can do whatever you want. You can make whatever you want. I can go with a phone and go shoot a film and somebody will watch that and be like, that's amazing, right? Or have 5,000 people on YouTube or 10,000 people on YouTube appreciate a film that I made with my phone and my computer. So the game has changed. There's no more big camera, or if you don't have this or you don't have that. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for post-production to become more than what it is, but in a different way. I think we must understand that there's specialized stuff now, and then that's a focus. And then there's logistical. The middle's gone. If I have a message for anybody in the game, the middle is
gone.
It's disappearing because people are able to do it themselves. There isn't a middle anymore.
Grandmother, she's still alive?
No, unfortunately not.
No? Okay, cool. So we're gonna have to do a I've made it moment for your kid. Thank you. Thank you. She's seen you on TV, so she knows daddy's made it.
I don't know if she'll say, but she's still a no. Picking it, but I'll be proud to show it to her.
No, don't worry. It's in the. She'll see it. I don't know.
I'll be proud to show it to her.
It gets in the DNA. Don't forget it some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming through. Thank you so much for inspiring other young editors, post-production people who are coming through. Guys, you heard one. You can go to his office, go drop off your CV.
Yes, you can.
You can.
You
I'm
can.
not even like joking.
Yeah, we are looking too. So
You can go there. Pitch
Please.
Black Post.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
You have a good one, brother.
You too, bro.
Easy, much.
Thank you.
One.
Sup.
It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. Man, it feels good.
For more amazing content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please follow us on all our social media pages. Love.